yesterday on the 9th, I went to the grocery store and I wore this. It was in your face like that because I don't have a mask, and I keep trying to order a mask. I got one I ordered like March 1st. They're saying that one I'll get on the 23rd. But the other ones that I sent, they just refunded my money back and didn't send them. But when I went to the grocery store today, they were doing social distance. We all had to stay 6 feet. Everybody, I don't know where other people got masks. For some reason, I just wanted to get it online, but everyone I try to get online, maybe I'll try one more time, but they're just not sending it to me. At least not when I tried through Amazon, I couldn't get it. That one mask I'm waiting on. And I remember when I first heard about the coronavirus, I remember watching this guy on a YouTube channel that was bringing him and his, I don't know if his girlfriend, wife, and their kid to the United States. And I think they came in February, early February. And they said they came in the United States, and it was already locked down in some provinces in China, in some places in China rather, and he said when they came in America, the people at the airport that was checking his luggage or whatever, passports and stuff, they didn't have masks. When he told them where they were from, they didn't tell him they told him they didn't give him really any information. So people were just coming, of course they didn't come straight from China. I think they had a layover someplace like Heathrow. I don't know, but it wasn't, I don't think, they did not have a direct flight. So I think they did hit Europe and then, transport and then hit United States. But I'm not sure at all where they stopped at. That I forgot. Because the only thing I could, I'm American, I live here in Memphis in America. Things just got real here. And you freak out because the sinus maybe, and you're like, oh no, corona. But I think, I went to this one small little store to get something I forgot, and I had this mask on, and I had it on, and then I had my glasses on top of it, because this thing is a sticky thing, and oh my god, it stuck so good to my face. I thought I was gonna take the skin out. And this little girl, she a grown woman, she with kids too probably, but she's like hee hee hee, and I'm like, oh, it's funny, huh? She goes, you got the corona. I'm like, everybody got it. She goes, you got the corona? I'm like, everybody got the corona. And then next thing I know, she's like, she got the corona. She got the corona. And I'm like, you're ignorant. You're a real ignorant bitch. She goes, there's one thing I ain't gonna be ignorant. There's one thing you ain't gonna do. You ain't gonna call me ignorant. And I'm like, I just called you ignorant. And let me tell you something. I'm not bold or anything because, of course, she just ran to the back of the store. Oh, she got corona. I was like, okay. She don't have no mask on, nothing, right? And she's freaking out. And the Arab guy, I'm going to say that's one thing I know is about Arabs. They're on the same, type of, miscomprehending stuff, because, Cause what I'm saying? Because at first when I said, she said, well, there's one thing you ain't got to do is call me ignorant. Like somebody called her that and it was cute. I was like, I just called you ignorant. She's like, what I'm saying? She's like, that's when I knew, this lady got children. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, I'm older than 2 years old and I'm taller than 3 feet, bitch. I know you ain't going to do shit. You just ain't. You used to beating on your kids. As soon as your kids get a certain age, time to call 911. I can't do nothing with this kid. And when you ask them why they're whooping their kids, like, why are you whooping them? Because this is how I discipline. Well, how come they don't have no fucking discipline when they get grown anyway? They don't have they have no respect for women. They have no discipline. But that's what I was like. I was looking at that Arab guy and I'm like, yeah, you in the right motherfucking place. And he flirting with all these goddamn women over here. And he got a wife at home. None a woman loves better, and you could ask Trump's wife to get an STD while you're pregnant with your baby, and your baby could have been just perfectly normal. Of course, if these men are retarding your child's mental growth in vitro, you better not abort it. Let it be born with AIDS and syphilis. let it have to live as complications with that. Ding! But they got good medicines, for that, because a lot of men, just don't respect women. They're going to have sex while their wife's pregnant, and, but that's the way it is. I can just imagine with this coronavirus and people staying home more often, how society that was raised that it's okay to teach I don't even think they're trying to teach kids to discipline or learn your kids something by hitting. How's that going to be up in their house? Oh well, your wife don't put the dishes in the dishwasher the way you do. She's like, you put the dishes in this way. He's like, no, this is how my mama did it. What you gonna do? Duke it out, and then I guess fuck the dishes. It's time to fight. Just break them. But most people don't have dishes here. They use paper plates. Nobody wants to, do dishes or anything. We could save the earth if they would just stop using paper plates. But anyway, so it's getting real here in Memphis. It's crazy. Oh man, and I'm trying to figure out what in the world Trump's about. I have no idea. And I'm sorry that Bernie Sanders left, because at a time like this we could see that our health insurance the majority of people, especially the working class with the private insurance, you get laid off or you get fired or you change jobs, you lose your insurance that you have that was associated with that job. So you got a lot of people that are uninsured, and even if they don't get bankrupt from the corona virus, losing their jobs, they could get bankrupt if they get sick. You can get, so I think we're not going to recover. I think a lot of things is like with the prison system, they got the police, doing cavity searches with their hands. China and other places, they got X-ray machines like they use in the airport, and you can just go right through. You know what I'm saying? So we have a mentality to where, like it's self, hate, self-hurt, what I'm saying? We don't, what I'm saying? We got a white thing and a black thing. And, and I think that, with like Trump, like basically by default, he's like, oh yeah, I'm white, I'm with the white power and all this. I'm sure that's all that is, and I'm a Christian. And we have to keep in mind that during the Great Christian Crusades, that it was all about, murdering, torturing, and raping. And we also have to keep in mind that a lot of priests have been jailed, imprisoned, and because of sexually abusing children, and like if you think about, like everybody thinks about like the Illuminati. Like I heard a story once, they were just some perverts that that thought it was okay to have sex with children, and like one of them was like they were rich, like Disney, and um, the whole thing is like with the Little Rascals is for grown people to see kids like put in adult situations, and so you know what I'm saying. So like really just to give the parents a message that, oh look, this kid, you know, at 5 years old is going across the street and buying food, you know, and you know, 5 year old, you just pick up, you know, scream, hollering, kicking, whatever they want, and haul them off, you know. So um, that's some people reality. Some people sued them and got paid, you know, and for those people it's terrible, and for those that are not. So church and religion is not like a place that a lot of people would go to feel warm, safe, and cozy. So you know that there's that problem right there. You know, religion has been great and fabulous for a lot of individuals, and you know, but we also must remember that when they left the shores of West Africa and they brought the slaves on the ships, they made those slaves rebuke and forget about their old religion. They had to now, you know, worship a Jesus and become Christians. You know, and there's rumors that the old religion that a lot of Africans in the continent of Africa were worshiping wasn't a man. They they really, you know, was grateful to their moms for birthing them, you know, and breastfeeding them, and you know when the and you know what they done to what I hope China doesn't decide to be the next racist place, because I've heard some things about China being a little racist, picking out Africans or whatever. You know, that you know, for them, if they turn into the United States, it just be just as asinine as it looks. You know, because you can see how these last 3 years how the Republicans have been acting, and you could see how racism is. Well, anyway, let me get back to the point. I digress. Coming in the airport in February and in March, they did not test the people that came in the airport. Um, um, I think a lot of people, since it is part of a cold that we all like, the Corella strain of the virus, supposedly, and this is COVID-19. Supposedly, it's the same thing that causes us to have a cold, and the flu is just a variation. Of it. It's like the difference, like putting, having a double egg and using an egg out of that same carton and making it for a cake. You know, they both have eggs in it. You know, but it's hard-boiled egg. Now this is in trying in this flour sugar mix to make a cake. So, you know, so that is about the difference between the common cold and Corella virus. You know, so basically, so you might say, you know, we got what's been cooked up somehow. You know, not in this. Never mind. But that's how I analyze it. That's how I see it. And I think that and it does seem like it's attacking the poor. Well, we don't have health insurance. Well, I have insurance, so but I'm not going to the doctor right now. To you know where a bunch of sick people are, but basically you know, I guess it is time. Like I am in Memphis, it is time to quarantine. Don't I know it's Easter Sunday and Passover, second night of Passover, and I guess the Muslim Ramadan. And I think the one thing that we can take out of it is that we nasty. With all the pollution that we're doing, with all the smog and the water and everything. That's what I'm saying. China, don't be like racist white America. Don't bite off your nose to spite your face. Because I mean, now they're gonna open up like wild lands. Okay, if everybody starts hunting, you know how many animals we'll have left in a month? Zero, 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 zero. You know, so like that's Donald Jr. Trump, fucking moron. He should go back to being a bartender because comprehending the effect of your action is not anything you can do. Obviously Trump can't comprehend his actions. You know what I mean? I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a president for 4 years a term. That's 2 terms. That's 8 years max. And that's only if people decide to vote you the second term. Or something else could happen and you don't make it the second term. Yeah, who knows? It's like ancient already, right? So, oh, so like Trump and his sons, they well, I mean, I don't even know. I probably wasn't gonna use this because it's so disgusting that I can't really explain what I really mean, and it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. They sort of disgusting in the fact that they do everything because they think somebody is trying to hurt them. It's like these like these people around here that got whooped growing up, and then they turn around and whoop their kids. They always like they 50, 60 year olds. They got a fucking nasty attitude that everybody's out to get them and everybody's trying to tear up their shit or somebody wants shit from them. You know, and you're like, did I ask you for some fucking shit? I asked you to leave me the fuck alone and they couldn't do that. If that's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking you to leave me the fuck alone, get away from me, because they have separation anxiety, but that's another thing. It's like they don't have attachment, but, like what I would call clinically attached, which you might call like a type of love. They don't have, you know, that love that comes unconditionally because they trust you not to hurt them but to keep them safe. And that's there's like 10 things with that, and there's 10 things that I go under anyway that they don't attach. So but the thing is, people that don't attach, like the way I did, and the way the generations previous did. Be a lot of anyway. So uh, they don't like separation. That's the worst thing. The separation anxiety. They don't like to be alone. It seems like they want somebody to entertain, but it's a more selfish me. I don't want to be alone. I don't. I want this mine. It has nothing to do with like when they act that way. It has nothing to do with me. And they're very dangerous. So we got some danger. We'll see what happens. See the so I think they're predicting that you know, hey, the way we work, we're not farmers. So, and I just hope China, I see China as just as harsh on their people. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I think that um, if um, if they don't think of new industry to get us out of this, that are more green, it's not so much harmful and pollutes our environment, and even our bodies, pollute our soul. We done polluted everything. So no. I mean, well, we'll see what happens. It's really horrible. My condolences go out to the people that lost loved ones and friends. I mean, this is pretty devastating, just for our emotional health. Especially if you're going through it, and just to know that there's ignorant, um, uneducated, and unable to comprehend past their ass people out there that are in charge is very, very scary, very, very dangerous. And, well, I think, and the way they're talking about it, since they hadn't shut anything down or been able to stop like the flow in that much, in a lot of cities and states, because I'm near Arkansas and Louisiana, and they like they're not gonna do anything but spread it more. So I think that we have like really a good month of where people are gonna, well, the next 2 weeks for Memphis is supposed to be the hot time where people that are, gonna get sick or will get sick. It just depends on how much. I mean, because I heard it. I heard in the grocery store, ladies are talking about they're going to send their kids back to daycare. Oh, because the lady she closed it down and cleaned it up, and she's opening it back up next week. You can scrub and clean all you want, but if somebody has a cold, you know what I'm saying? You clean your whole house, and that person comes in. I'm just using a cold for example. They come in your house and they sneeze and everything, and you can clean your whole house afterwards. But if you already breathed in the virus, now take that cold and times it by 5 and have a coronavirus. You know, yes, cleaning all your surfaces. Yes, cleaning all your hands. But just close contact talking, and kids put everything in their mouth. But anyway, I'm just listening at these mothers, and I'm like, it's a miracle that something like this hasn't happened sooner. And then you think about it, yes, we've had it, and thank God during Ebola, when we had Obama, when we had the Ebola thing, because he clipped them at the airport. We knew when they came in the airport, they clipped them at the airport. They went and got because I remember that one guy, I think he went to Texas or anything, and he went right to the hospital. So they didn't stop him. Trump ain't stopping nobody at the border. You had your opportunity with this coronavirus to shut down the border in January. So, all we know is that even if it ain't a conscious level, on an unconscious level, your lies. You want to know why people don't like you? Because they can't trust you. You're untrustworthy. You come off like a liar, that is so insecure that you're a criminal when you don't have to be. When people would throw money at your feet. But you choose to be nasty and call everybody else nasty. Well, go have sex with a porn star and then tell me about nasty, okay?